You think your home is where you're safest, where the outside world can't get to you. But sometimes, danger doesn't knock at the door, it just walks right in. Story 1. The man from the abandoned house. When my girlfriend and I moved into our new home, we thought we'd found the perfect place. A fresh start, our own space, just us and Bella, our rescue cat. But right next door was trouble waiting to happen. The house to our right was half renovated and abandoned. No fence, no barrier, just an open gap between our gardens. Behind that property lived a group of young men. We'd sometimes see them cutting through the empty lot to get to the street. At first, we didn't think much of it. Our first night, we sat in the garden. That's when I noticed him. A man in the dark window of the house behind us, standing still, staring. No attempt to hide it. He had no expression. After 30 minutes of him not moving, we went inside. A few nights later, we heard the makeshift wooden board that acted as part of the fence being moved. 3 men stepped into our garden, silently, just watching. The youngest held a large bag and casually offered us what looked like stolen dishwasher tablets. We laughed awkwardly and said, "No." They walked off, like it was their right to be there. From then on, they came through more often, always lingering, always staring. One afternoon, the police showed up, poking around the abandoned garden. Later, they told us the men behind had been kicked out for antisocial behavior. We felt relieved. A few nights later, my girlfriend filmed a stranger looking straight out at our bedroom window, before sprinting toward our door and trying the handle. He ran back, banged on the windows of the abandoned house, and disappeared. Then came the whistling at night, the tapping on windows. The next morning, we found our Ring doorbell on the ground, and the SD card was gone. One night, checking the live feed on the cameras, we saw him, with his hood up, wearing a black mask, arms spread wide in the middle of our garden, just standing in like a crucifixion pose, staring at our bedroom window. He eventually walked away, only to stand across the street, staring for half an hour. Weeks later, there were 2 of them, with flashlights shining into our windows. One holding something that looked like a crowbar. The same man still comes back, just to stare. And even with more cameras, we've never felt safe again. Story 2. Sunshine. 3 months ago, I ended things with my ex, Caleb. He never hit me, but his control was quiet and calculated. He tracked when I was online, tested my answers, made me feel like my privacy wasn't mine. After the breakup, I erased myself. I got a new number, no social media, and a new apartment. And then, I started hearing his words from strangers. A barista greeted me with, "Good morning, sunshine." His mocking nickname for me when I was upset. A rideshare driver asked, "Did you ever figure out what you're running from?" Exactly like Caleb once did. It kept happening. A woman in the grocery store whispered, "You don't get to just disappear." A man hummed the same song Caleb used to play during arguments. Different faces, same eyes, same expression. I contacted his sister, telling her to tell him to stop. She said he'd been in rehab for 6 weeks. She even posted proof. One night, I was walking home late. A man sitting on a stoop said, "Cold night, huh, sunshine?" without looking at me. The next morning, my doormat was flipped. On the underside, in pen, were the words, "You can change your face too, but I'll still know you." I booked a hotel immediately. At 2 a.m., slow knocks came at my door. Through the peephole, a blank-faced woman stood there, staring. The front desk said, "No one should have been on my floor because all the other rooms were empty." That's when it hit me. Caleb didn't have to be there. He could send people, feed them his phrases, his habits. It wasn't about watching me. It was about making me watch for him. I moved again, changed my hair, and disappeared online. For months, silence, until last week, when a woman walked past and said, "Still hiding behind books, sunshine." And I knew it wasn't over. Story 3. The Jester at the Great Lakes. When my aunt suggested a family trip to Michigan's Great Lakes, we were excited. 18 of us. One massive Airbnb. The main house faced the water. My cousins and I were assigned to the smaller 2-story garage behind it. It smelled like mold, stained sheets, and a weak door latch. We decided to wash all the bedding before sleeping there. By 2:30 a.m., the last load was done. We went to bed with the light on. Around 3 a.m., something slammed into the garage door. Hard. I sat up. My cousins didn't move. Then it happened again, shaking the building. The third time, they woke up. We texted my aunt. Minutes later, my uncle and some older cousins knocked on our door, telling us to grab our things. He said he'd seen a man standing behind the garage, not hiding, not moving, just staring. When confronted, he turned and vanished. Later, we found 2 Jester playing cards, one in the main house, one in the garage. The one in the garage was twisted, demonic looking. The next night, my mum was sleeping on the couch near the big windows. She heard footsteps on the porch. Then, someone trying the basement door where my brothers slept. By the time she got there, no one was outside. We left the next day. My mum believes whoever it was might have seen me going downstairs, alone during laundry, thinking I was the only one in the garage. Some think it was a local trying to scare us away. Others think it wasn't human at all. But every single one of us remembers the man who stared and the Jesters. When you move somewhere new, you imagine fresh beginnings, not dark endings. But the truth is, sometimes you don't find the danger. It finds you. Have you ever had any creepy stories like that happen to you? Let us know in the comments or through email. If you want to remain anonymous, your story could be featured on the channel. If you enjoyed these creepy true stories, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, sleep well.